Hello everyone, welcome to Bergen, Norway. This beautiful city has colorful waterfronts, historic neighborhoods, great food, and a welcoming atmosphere. But there's so much more to explore beyond the city. With famous fjords, scenic day trips, beautiful waterfalls, and unforgettable hiking trails. In this video, we'll count down the top 10 things to see and do in and around Bergen. From exploring the city's streets and local food to taking day trips beyond the city. These are the places and experiences you won't want to miss. Starting your countdown at number 10 is the Nordnes neighborhood, one of Bergen's oldest and most charming areas. Take a walk through its quiet streets. Along the way, you also pass the new church Arne Kyrkan, a historic landmark that has stood in the neighborhood since the 17th century. Don't miss Nosses Moe, often called Bergen's shortest street. It may be small, but it's a fun stop for a quick photo. As you continue your walk, you'll pass rows of traditional wooden houses with colorful facades and charming details that reflect Bergen's historic architecture. When I visited, the weather wasn't the best, but that's something you should expect in Bergen and in Norway. Continue to Nordnes Park, where you will find a tall totem pole, a gift from Bergen's sister city, Seattle. From here, you can enjoy views of the waterfront, passing boats and the surrounding mountains. Even on a cloudy day, Nordnes is a peaceful place to explore and a nice break from the busier parts of Bergen. Coming in at number 9 is Torgallmenningen, Bergen's main public square and one of the city's busiest gathering places. In the center of the square stands the Sailor Monument, honoring Norwegian sailors and the country's maritime history. Surrounding the square are shops, restaurants, and cafes, along with the landscape gardens featuring trees and fountains, making it a great place to take a break or simply watch the city go by. At the end of the square stands the statue of Ludvig Holberg, one of Bergen's most celebrated writers, welcoming visitors as they make their way toward the waterfront. Whether you're shopping, enjoying the atmosphere, or simply passing through on your way to the fish market, Torgallmenningen is a lively part of Bergen that you'll likely visit more than once. Coming in at number 8 is the fish market and Bergen's local food scene, where you can enjoy fresh seafood, traditional Norwegian dishes, and beautiful waterfront views. The fish market has been a part of Bergen's history for centuries, where you will find fresh seafood, local delicacies, and ready-to-eat meals. I especially recommend trying the creamy Norwegian fish soup, fresh shrimp and smoked salmon sandwiches. If the weather doesn't cooperate, Mathallen is a great option, offering a variety of food stalls and plenty of indoor seating. You'll also find live seafood tanks where you can choose what you'd like to have prepared. Bergen also offers plenty of great fine dining options featuring Nordic cuisine and local ingredients. I also enjoyed the traditional Norwegian flatbread topped with reindeer and lingonberries. For a quick bite, don't miss Trolltunga, a local favorite known for its gourmet hot dogs. I tried the deer hot dog and it was a delicious way to sample another Norway specialty. For a quick and reasonably priced breakfast, don't miss a skillingbolle, Bergen's famous cinnamon bun. I enjoyed mine at God Brew, a popular local bakery chain paired with a great cup of coffee. Coming in at number 7 is Fløyen and Mount Fløyen, one of Bergen's most popular attractions. The Fløyen funicular is the easiest way to reach the summit of Mount Fløyen, one of the city's most famous viewpoints. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't on my side during my visit, so I decided to save it for another time. If you get a clear day, don't miss the chance to ride up and enjoy panoramic views over Bergen and the surrounding mountains. Coming in at number 6 is Bryggen and the historic harbor, one of Bergen's most iconic landmarks. With its colorful wooden buildings lining the waterfront, Bryggen is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a reminder of Bergen's days as an important trading center for the Hanseatic League. Take time to wander through its narrow alleyways, where you will discover small shops, cafes, galleries, and hidden courtyards full of character. Be sure to stroll along the harbor front on the opposite side of Bryggen. From here, you will get one of the best views of the colorful wooden buildings, with Mount Fløyen rising in the background and Bergen Cathedral's twin towers standing out on the skyline. Whether you're exploring the historic buildings or simply taking in the harbor views, Bryggen captures the charm and history that makes Bergen so special. Coming in at number 5 are the charming towns of Eidfjord and Odda. Whenever I travel, I always make time to explore beyond the city, and these two towns were among my favorite stops outside Bergen. Even the drive to get there is part of the experience, with scenic roads winding past fjords, mountains, and picturesque villages. Eidfjord is a peaceful village at the end of the Hardanger Fjord, where you will find a picturesque waterfront surrounded by towering mountains. Odda, set between the waters of Fjorden and Lake Sandven, is best known as the gateway to the famous Trolltunga Hike, which I'll be sharing later in this countdown. Even if you're not hiking, it's a beautiful town that's well worth a stop. Whether you're passing through or spending the night, both towns make excellent bases for exploring some of Norway's most spectacular scenery. Coming in at number 4 is the Hardanger Bridge and Norway's remarkable engineering. Stretching across the beautiful Hardanger Fjord, the Hardanger Bridge is one of the longest suspension bridges in the world. We stopped at a nearby park and took a short walk along the trail for a closer view of the bridge. Seeing its impressive size up close with the fjord and mountains surrounding it made it one of the highlights of our road trip. What impressed me just as much was Norway's road engineering. Along the route, you will pass through mountain tunnels, including unique underground roundabouts carved into the rock. The Hardanger Bridge and the surrounding road network are great examples of how Norway combines innovative engineering with its dramatic landscape. Coming in at number 3 are Norway's spectacular waterfalls, some of the country's most unforgettable natural attractions. No road trip through western Norway is complete without stopping to admire these powerful cascades, many of which are easily accessible right from the roadside. One of my favorite stops was Fossen, where a short walk takes you surprisingly close to the cascading water. It was one of the few places where I could truly appreciate the power and beauty of a Norwegian waterfall up close. Next was Fossen, one of Norway's most famous waterfalls. Several viewing platforms offer spectacular views of the powerful falls as they plunge into the dramatic Mabollen Valley below. Walking across the scenic viewing bridge was one of the highlights of our visit. We also made a quick stop at Fossen, a beautiful twin waterfall that flows beneath a historic stone bridge before continuing alongside the road. Whether you're planning a road trip or simply exploring the region, be sure to make time for Norway's waterfalls. They're among the country's most breathtaking sights. Coming in at number 2 is the Trolltunga Hike, one of Norway's most iconic adventures. Trolltunga rewards those who take on the challenge with breathtaking views of mountains, lakes, and dramatic cliffs. The hike is long and demanding, but the views along the way make every step worthwhile. Thanks to good planning, we completed the hike in about 8 hours round trip. The scenery changes throughout the hike, taking you across rocky plateaus, alpine lakes, and breathtaking mountain landscapes before reaching the famous Trolltunga rock formation overlooking Lake Ringadalsvatnet. Standing at the edge was one of the highlights of our trip. If Trolltunga is part of your Norway road trip, I highly recommend using Odda as your base. For everything you need to plan the hike, check out my dedicated Trolltunga video linked in the description below. And taking the top spot is Norway in a nutshell. If you only have time for one day trip from Bergen, this is one experience you shouldn't miss. It truly lives up to its name, taking you through breathtaking fjords, countless waterfalls, charming villages, and beautiful mountain landscapes in one unforgettable journey. For me, it felt like experiencing the very best of Norway, all in a nutshell. One of the most memorable moments is a short stop at Fossen waterfall, where a huldra, a mythical Norwegian forest spirit, suddenly appears and put on a mesmerizing dance performance. It's a unique surprise that adds a touch of Norwegian folklore to the journey. You can experience Norway in a nutshell as part of an organized tour or by planning the trip yourself. In my dedicated video, I cover both options, share the route I took, and provide practical tips to help you plan your own trip. If you'd like to learn more, be sure to check out my dedicated Norway in a Nutshell video linked in the description below. For me, it's the ultimate day trip from Bergen and the perfect way to experience the beauty of Western Norway. And that's my top 10 things to see and do in and around Bergen, Norway. I hope this gives you some ideas for your trip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.